All right, George.
Yes, sir.
George, where'd you grow up? Where are you from originally?
I originally grew up in Bellflower. Bellflower is my hometown.
Suburb of LA. Tell me about your family growing up.
Dad passed away when I was 3 from heroin. Stepdad, he stepped in real quick. Very quiet man, hardworking. We never ever really spoke. My mom, I love her dearly. She had her hard life, and she was kind of abusive though too. I grew up in environments where I had to fight the other kids in the neighborhood for no reason. It's like being at 4, 5, 6 years old. Always had to be on my own because my mom and my stepdad were always working, so I never had nobody there to vent. Never had nobody to vent to. Never told my mom that I was getting fights or getting beat up all the time by the neighborhood kids and shit. At such a young age, I would have to get up during middle school, right, to clean the whole house before I went to school. My mom would be gone, my stepdad would be gone, but I would have to clean the whole house. I started working at the age of 13, cutting the neighbors' lawns. I think I tried religion when I was 16. I became a disciple, got real deep in religion, but I lost a friend from breast cancer. And then my friend Richard, he died. He got shot in the neck when he was just 18. He was a drummer for our band that we made. That broke us. It kind of sounds like a movie, but that was our life. He was a cool kid, you know, but wrong place at the wrong time. My mom and me, my stepdad didn't really ever get along. I love him still, but I got kicked out, or I left when I was 16 years old. I started living in people's garages at first, but it didn't last no more than a few months. And I went to the riverbed because I didn't know where else to go. Because in Bellflower, usually you can't be out on the curb or by the store or in front of the liquor store. I had to learn how to adjust, and I was always by myself because I was a new kid in the streets or in the riverbed, or just any other homeless community would not accept me because I'm not sure why they never accepted me. It was so hard. I've been stomped out, chased away, beat up just for sitting down and just being myself sometimes. But I'm pretty sure there's something that I was doing wrong that just wasn't right. I know I have this certain look. My eyes, maybe for me, I feel like my self-esteem says is my eyes good. I got beat up a lot as a kid. I mean, that's trauma. But then later on in life, as I got older, I tried going to college, but it wasn't working out. I felt stupid. I felt unworthy, and I think it just kind of felt like it came from the lack of love. But my heart, it was just lost, confused, and I was trying to prove to myself and to other people that I could fit in, I could be this cool kid, and I could do these bad things too. You know, I could shoplift with you. I'm down to do drugs with you. First time I did drugs, I was 17 with marijuana. Then at 18, I started doing methamphetamine. For methamphetamine, very quickly, the first people that I met that did methamphetamine for people that been on meth for about 50 years, I mean older cats in Bellflower, and then I met their friends, and they're like heavy hitters in the city, and it's just and the type of people you gotta really respect, be nice and respectful towards, or they would fuck me up, or they I always did what they said, that people pleasing thing and shit. Now, at this age, it's different, but then I met so many people from all types of races, all types of places. My friends were like well conservative drug dealers. I mean, you would never think that they were drug dealers because my friends were mostly Caucasian and kept their house and stuff like that, and like, you know, they were real clean about it. And for some reason they took me in because of maybe guilt, or maybe they thought I'm not too bad of a person and stuff, you know? Or maybe they could just take advantage of the fact that I could go out while they could stay home and I could sell nickels and dimes and whatnot. I've seen bodies burnt, a body burnt by Compton. I walked by, it was just there. He's like, I don't know who did it. I don't care who did it. I don't care why he got killed and shit. I was just trying to find a spot to like sleep, and my mind is like, well, what the fuck happened to you? But in reality, like, which human sees a dead body that's completely burnt, charred down like a steak, like a ruined fucking steak all over the side of his face? What right human stands there and just keeps smoking just because he doesn't want to go anywhere else because he's too lazy to go somewhere else? And then I didn't think it's going to affect me later on. It started becoming a cycle, like a repetitive thing. I started finding ended up in weird situations where whether the crowd might believe me or not, when I lived in Coachella, because I had to move to Coachella. I've been in Coachella, Indio. I've been in Arizona. I've been in Nevada. But when I went to Coachella, so I'm jumping a little forward, but I caught some cases, 2 assaults, and that's either, I don't know, it's some stuff that got real deep in Riverside County, and then I had to go and live in Riverside County while I was on probation and parole for the second one. Once I completed the program, of course, the whole story of me leaving my mom's house since I was 16, I had nowhere to go after I completed the program or the rehab. And then I would become homeless again. I became homeless in Coachella for 2 years, and super, super hot weather. And I ended up being around very, very mean people. I mean, like, my friend, he's like, I'm putting a body in a suitcase. I was like, okay, cool. No, they shut up. I walk in the fucking room. I don't see shit, but I feel like I want to lie because it's on camera. So I'm lying. I didn't see shit, but I was scared of him. But then I wanted to prove to him. And I wanted to prove to people over there in that city, I was like, I ain't no punk, I ain't no bitch. Now it's different. Now I'll walk away real quick. Or try to diffuse it, or like understand that they had a rough life and then they're probably having a bad day. The toughest part is later on, because sometimes I try to get away from that. The hustle with my homegirl, selling, I mean, large amounts of meth in the city, in Bellflower and in Lakewood, Cerritos. I mean, to like decent, like regular society abiding like families, like, and just like these people that you would never think they use meth. I would get pulled over by people randomly and say, hey, can I do this for you? Can I pay you for me to touch you? And I'm like, at first, I like, fuck off, and just buy me something to eat. Can't you just buy me something to eat? He's like, no, not unless you let me touch you and shit. Then one day I got real hungry, really hungry. I started getting really skinny. I got desperate. I started crying. This guy started touching me, giving me head, and I was like, I felt so fucking. I started crying as he's giving me head and shit, and he didn't care the fact that it wasn't even going up. But I was hungry, and I was like, you think I said I was hungry. I'm not proud that I started doing that. I was not educated right. I left the home early and I thought that I knew everything, and I didn't know shit. I didn't know squat. I still don't know squat. It got so fucking hard, dude. It's like, but then it got a little easy, and I got kind of a little normal to it. It got a little normal. I got desensitized to having sex with male, female. It didn't matter. Now it's like, I tried being in a relationship, right? With the mother of my kids. We were together for 8 years, but when it comes to sex, my body, my feelings, there's no connection. There's no connection. Any type of relationships, there will be no connection with the female or male. It's just like a going to work. It's just work now. It's just, and me dealing with drugs and stuff like that, and PCP and doing cabbie, and I used to be a heroin addict too. So, I'm a slammer. I use syringes. It was just I was slamming about 4 or 5 times a day, about 40 units, no problem. And it got to the point where I'd be so high that I would have this certain look like, hey, who do you think you are? And I'd be like, no, nobody. And I'd be like, why are you fucking mad dogging me? I'm not mad dogging you, sir. And I would look in the mirror and I'd like, holy shit. My eyes would be completely black. I'm like, I'm not trying to mad dog you, sir. Like, but then as those moments kept going, like I would meet randomly and it would happen repetitively. Like God was like gonna pick at me the whole time. I'm 37 right now. This bullshit started when I was like about 20 years old. People wanted to test me I don't know why. I think is it a male thing, a male ego? Is it the primal fucking just feeling of a man that we have to fucking punk or bully somebody? I don't know I don't do it. Or try to feel like you're above that person or you're in control of that room or the people that are in the room. I'm the type of person that you could take charge. I don't care. I'm kind of lazy about doing all that. If this is how you want to run the room, then that's how we're going to run the room and shit. I care less and shit. I just want to fucking be able to make my day pass on. I've been beat. Had my jaw broken in 5 places. Had my tongue split to the side for just walking up and down Long Beach, North Side of Long Beach. That really affected me, the fact that I was just a Mexican, because I was Mexican. I've heard of racism. I understand. I know the history of. I love the fact that I am not racist. No bullshit. I'm not lying to nobody. This is between me and I guess I see you in the back of the camera, but it's. Bro, I've been bullied all my life. They stabbed me in my jugular cord with the ice pick. With the ice pick. Just because it was fucking annoying. My self-esteem went down. Because I was thinking maybe I am annoying. Maybe I am stupid. Maybe I'm retarded. Maybe I am making wrong moves. But then it's like, I'm jumping around my stories and because I'm like, I want to be known that I'm trying to tell the truth. I'm broken. I'm a crazy cutter. I mean, instead of hurting people now, I cut. When you piss me off, I'm gonna walk away and I'm gonna cut. I'm sorry, but I refuse to go back to prison. I'm not the one that's gonna be, I don't give a fuck, I'll go back. You know what, I'm a real one, and I'm gonna tell you, I don't wanna go back. I don't want to prove nothing to nobody. If you're trying to prove something, then you're being fake about it. I just want to be left alone, not get bullied. But it's gonna happen. It's inevitable. I got so many cases that were never brought up or never found about. They're just never just. I have so much guilt, so much pain. I was like, there's nothing special about me. There's really nothing special about me. I don't gangbang. I'm a dad, and I'm very let's say we're at the park and we're all together and the family's together and somebody's fucking with our kids. I'm the first one's gonna be up there and be like, what the fuck? Somebody disrespecting your wife or your auntie, and trust and believe, I'm gonna have a problem with it. Trust and believe, I'm gonna respect your mama. I'm gonna put out my blunt. I'm gonna put out my cigarette. I'm gonna not drink around your mama if she don't drink. And I expect you to do the same thing. Respect the elders. I respect the elders. I don't do it because my mama taught me no, because I left at 16. Because my friends were so much older that I fell in love with them because they're my second family, my street family. And it's something like there's something primal about me to want to respect elders. Because who picks on somebody that's weak? Who picks on somebody who's older, weak? Some of them are not weak. Some of them are very older and very still strong and very smart about getting away with the shit. But I'm never gonna disrespect the old lady. I'm not gonna disrespect. You know what? I'm gonna take that back. This lady the other day, I'm gonna tell you, we're gonna do a story. This lady, I don't know who in the fuck she is. She said something about my kids. She said, "Fuck you and your kids," and she was like, I know about you." I was like, "Lady, I don't know who the fuck you are, and fuck you about bringing up my kids and shit." She's about probably 55, 60, Mexican lady. I walked away feeling bad for saying that, but then it was like, no, fuck that. This random lady should fucking start talking shit about you and your kids. And I told him, you're probably thinking about somebody else. And no, I know it's you. You're Gonzalez, right? Man, later on that day, this fucking girl, she pops up going, "You need to keep this person's name out your mouth, because we already know where your family lives at. Your mom, your dad, fucking, we know your ex." I'm like, my ex. I'm like, what's up? My kids. I was like, why you? I was like, who's this person's name? You know the person's name. This is some drama shit, real on God, on life. And this bitch just walks off, and I don't know, and it's like, I don't know, I'm not gonna say the name because I'm not even sure what name it is. The next day, I get fucking raped, which is today. When it was actually at 2 o'clock in the morning, I got raped for the second time in my life, because I used to ended up being an escort model, and well, not a model, but more like a hooker. I would say hooker. I think the right word for me would be a hooker. First time he tried to choke me out and fucking beat the shit out of me and call me a fucking nasty piece of fucking whore. I choked him the fuck out. This time around though, I did some drugs. I just smoked it. And for some reason, I couldn't fucking move. I could barely nudge only. I kept trying to push up, and the most I could go up is probably like that much of like distance from arm. And I kind of look back a little bit, and there's this guy fucking just already naked and fucking about to get on top of me. I'm like, what the fuck? I was like, hey. But I can't get loud. I can't get out like, hey. It's more like, stop, get off me. Get out, please, get off me. Yeah, dude. And then he's like, nah, you've died like this so many times before already anyways. He was high. I don't know what the fuck he's talking about. There's people passing by that I kind of hang out with here in Skid Row and shit. Nobody did crap about it. I never felt so alone again. When you ain't got cops helping you, you ain't got the government helping you, you ain't got your family helping you, you ain't got people that said the guy had your back and you know who they like, hey, I got you whenever you need it and shit. My mom's not gonna give a fuck. The day that I got shot, I called her and I told her, hey, I got shot 6 times. She said, so what do you want? There's nothing I can do for you and shit. I was like, that's your problems, you got issues and shit. I was like, you know, and then from there I had to recover from my bullet wounds on the streets of Skid Row. First thing I get shot and I'm trying to recover on the streets, people are trying to punk me, test me, push me around more for some reason. And I didn't understand that, like, cause I don't go walking around talking shit to people. I do my drugs and I try to go get laid. I don't get it. I feel so alone right now. These people, they say I'm dangerous. I believe they think I'm dangerous because I'm suicidal. And when I got shot, within that second, I said, don't call the ambulance. And when I got stabbed in my lower, my jugular, I said, thank God. Within those few seconds, I swear to you, I said, thank God, I'm ready to die. Because I've been so depressed and I had I thought, a hard life at that time. Shit got really fucking haywire in these past 2-3 years. I tell people, please leave me alone because I am so suicidal. You think that you keep calling me a punk, a bitch, okay. You can call me that if you want. But if you're gonna try to push me away, chase me off the street, chase me off the block without me just slowly kind of just walking off, I'm not gonna disrespect you. I barely walked by and they start talking shit. What are you doing here? Who are you? What the fuck? Get the fuck out of here. I'm not even doing nothing to them. But I'm trying to figure this shit out real deep. And they said it was because I'm Mexican. And they said because they said I try to act too cocky. But I am so spaced out because I'm schizophrenic and major depressive that I get tunnel vision. I see nothing besides these visions in front of my face, and I'm walking. So I'm telling you a story to explain myself to people. If anybody listens to this video, I am so spaced out in my own thoughts, my own imaginary fucking illusions, that I'm not trying to mad dog nobody. I'm just trying to survive. I love these people out here. You know why? Because they've been through some hard shit. I've been through some hard shit. I can relate with them. But it hurts me when they try to be like, you a faggot, you a bitch, you a whore. I'm like, bro, what's going on with this? I'm like, who are you? All this drama, it's so, it has to be my fault. No, because there's nobody they could just walk around and be like, automatically have the whole city of Skid Row kind of just start fucking with them for no reason. I must have fucked up somewhere down the line. I'm trying to figure it out. I'm pretty sure one day I'll find out what happened. But the only thing I think of is that when people talk crap to me, when I first got here to Skid Row, I didn't take it. I'd Roblox. I started doing a Roblox. I do my stance and like, what up, what up? I got beat up. Other times they just walked off. But they always come at me when I'm like weak. I'm being real petty right now. I'm being real like. What about me? What about me? What about me? What about me? Because I see a large community. But then I think about, man, what about them? What about not them as a group, but what about that one person? They're having a hard time too and shit. What about that person? They're having a hard time too. I don't care if you pulled out the gun on me. I don't care if you told me I was a faggot ass fucking Mexican. When I walk away, I see fucking pain. I see hurt. And I don't blame you, dog. I don't blame her. I don't blame nobody. I don't blame any of us for doing drugs, for being on the streets. If anybody else would have been on the streets too, trust and believe, you would want to use drugs too.
Do you feel like being on the streets keeps you using?
I've been on the streets for so long.
But rather than coming down here, seeing how terrible it is, and say, "Well, I gotta get away from this lifestyle." It's almost like the trauma of being down here makes you want to use again.
Yeah. It's very traumatic, and I keep wanting to use because I like it here, even though it's been rough. But the thing is, my life has always been rough. So this to me is the norm. Me being around these people that are we're sometimes wigging out, sometimes we're having a good time, sometimes we're way too high, sometimes we don't have enough. I love this place. I love being who I am. I like the danger. I like the unknown. I like meeting the randomest fucking crazy people or meeting the most prettiest fucking soul in the world. That's who's be like will humble you real quick and slap the shit at you with kind eyes and still be your friend. These people, I love this place. But it's killing me and shit. It's killing all of us little by little. But yeah, the being on the streets is definitely, being homeless is a reason why I do drugs. I get scared to go to sleep on the streets. When they got me in the throat, I was asleep. I wasn't aware of anything. I'm such a shitty fucking drug addict that I had my fucking 2 kids taken away. I feel so fucking bad that God put them in my life because it's not fair for them. It doesn't matter how you might perceive me or how I look and shit. I am so cold about shit. As long as you're breathing, in my heart, you're okay. If you're hungry and you're crying all this shit, I'll keep on pushing because you know what? You're okay to me. Other people are like, oh, you're all right, man. Leave them the fuck alone. They're still breathing. They're all right. They're good. Trust me, that's good. That's good enough for me, and that should be good enough for any of us. And it's just, I don't want to be cold and shit. Because either society's trying to tell us, something's and that fucks us. No, it's not about society, it's my heart. Yeah, when it comes to the girls, you gotta be kinder, a little bit kinder, I guess. They're some of them. I don't know what I'm trying to get at right now. I'm kind of getting off right now. I'm kind of getting foggy in my head.
What's your biggest fear now?
My biggest fear? I want to fill out a non-recitation piece of paper at the hospital for the next one. I want to make sure that if anything ever happens, I get shot again or I do commit suicide again, they do not bring me back. I might look happy, and I am happy, but I'm blocking out so much that I can't even tell you on camera, and it's like a major fucking job.
Getting clean is not an option for you?
I have done about 5 rehabs. I just got out of another rehab about 4 days ago. First thing I saw a pipe within that second, without thought, without remorse, without like just, hey, maybe you shouldn't get, no, it was like, let me hit that pipe real quick. I am such a fucking easy fucking like tap out. I mean like tapping out with sobriety. Because I've been high longer than I've been sober. I've been an addict for 24 years. Being a male prostitute is not fucking exciting. Dealing with fucking males is a horrible thing. I have to get really fucking high for me to have to deal with a male. Because I feel nothing. But trust and believe, you better pay up or I'm gonna fuck you up. But and I mean, the cops look at me like, did you hit him? Look at me, I was like, no. And the cops, I don't think fucking people do it. I'll take that all the time. These people be like, down the street like, man, he a bitch, he ain't gonna do shit. I'm like, you're right, yeah, I won't. I never have. I can get away with a lot of shit. And that's when people started thinking this was dangerous. He's suicidal. He has a certain type of look that he's on. He don't do shit. He wouldn't do nothing.
What is your drug?
Methamphetamine for sure. My main goal is methamphetamine. The high, that feeling that just your hormones get to like this level like, man, I'm about to fuck a bitch real good right now. And it's when you're on meth and you're having sex, it's not just like, when I'm having sex, my knee barely touching your leg, or my dick touching your pussy, or my chest when it comes to females, my chest touching your chest. It's so euphoric, like being on a good, like taking triple stacks. Like the little pills you take at like an ECDC, the club, the rave clubs. I mean, just the slightest brush. I mean, I'll come back and forth, come over and over and over again with a female, just by barely touching her and shit, barely seeing her drop her fucking panties and get naked. I will come right there, like just barely by looking at her. I get so in tune with me during that moment that it's so addictive because there's just like
you'll orgasm how many times in a night?
Whew, shit. Me about 12 times before I start kind of hurting, because it gets kind of like my dick's going, I don't know if I can do this anymore. I don't know, you can. It's like, hey, I'll go. I ain't that big, but I can pump that shit real good. I had this girl named Solomon and shit down here in Skid Row in my tent for 3 days straight. Never been so much, no day, for 37, never been so proud. Had this bitch fucking, me and her fucking, we couldn't even breathe. Our throats were so dry. We were so fucking fucked up. We couldn't even get up and go get water down the street. We were about to die from doing way too much fucking. When we got out that tent crawling out, everybody's like, you guys are way too high. He's like, no, we've been fucking for like 3 days straight. So that smells like shit in here. Like, yeah, there's a lot of fucking shit on the goddamn bed and pussy juice. A lot of pussy juice.
Crystal meth's a hell of a drug.
It's a hell of a drug, but you feel like, for the guys that you feel like, damn, I did something right that the human body needs to do as a mate. When a guy is a mate, it's in us to have, like, to have sex, and then have kids and whatnot, reproduce as the human race. But when you do that shit right, not like just you showing up to the job, you showed up to the job with like fucking extra fucking meals for your coworkers. You showed up with fucking a little bit extra fucking like hidden vodka for your friends and at work. You showed up and you did your fucking everything you needed to do at work and some, and your boss is like, fuck yeah, thank you, bro. And that's how it feels like when I'm on meth, having sex with the girl, giving a high five at the end of the sex. She's like, what the fuck was that? I was like, right? Usually it's like 10 minutes when I'm sober. We went fucking 3-4 days straight. And I mean, that feeling like, fuck, I'm a fucking beast. At least I feel like that.
Did you sleep at all?
Those 3 days? No. We would come, go shower, come back to the tent. Fuck, go shower, come back to the tent. Just because I like them clean. They got to be clean because eventually a few after like of the female busting, it's gonna start smelling kind of funky. Same with the males and stuff. Like, man, when you find that right girl, right, your type, your body type that you love, and she loves you back too, the sex is like fucking art. It is pure fucking art, pure human emotion. Just fuck religions. This is beyond religions. This is like mystical, magical fucking feelings of just, did we just make something happen somewhere? Like, and what do you should be like? What do you mean? I don't know. I just felt like we became God and a goddess right now. Like, I don't think we're supposed to be fucking like this. It's just a feeling that it's stupid. I know that expression is kind of stupid, but I don't know. I hate my life, then I love it. I hate the fact that people throw God in my life and they bring him up. I'll bring him up. You know what? I'm not gonna do that. I can't. I refuse to disrespect anybody's religion or what they believe in. But I'm pagan. I'm pagan because of my grandma. She had the Viking disease. The Viking disease is when the elders, only 2% of the world that's part of the usually Scandinavian or like people from that were Viking that era. Only 2% of the elders that had pure blood to be like in the Vikings or Scandinavian get it. So I'm like, cool. Grandma, I was like, what's wrong with your hand? I looked it up. The second thing that pops up on Google says, how did you find out you're almost pure fucking Viking or Scandinavian? Because Vikings lived in Scandinavia and Vikings were like kind of like pirates. It was a trade. It was a job. So I'm like, cool. Grandma, like, we're Vikings. She's like, I don't give a fuck. I don't care. I was like, you're Mexican. I was like, no, we're like, this shit says like we're like more pure fucking Vikings, and Vikings were like brown skin, dark eyes. Hollywood destroyed that for a lot of people and confused us. They said they were blonde, blue-eyed. I'm like, man, I was like, man. From there, I started studying other things like, what else did America lie to us to? What else did the TV shows lie to us about? Who else is lying? You know, it's just, I don't trust people. I don't trust what people post. I don't even trust the shit that I'm saying to you right now. I don't trust it. I feel like I'm lying, but I'm not. But then it feels like, who are you trying to prove? I'm not trying to prove to nobody shit. I'm telling you what has actually happened in my life, but I'm not going to tell you the story point to point because I don't want you to go on a timeline and try to be like, oh, this is why he's doing like this at this moment, or why, just because I feel like the DA or fucking prosecutor's gonna be like, okay, send this video to somebody. That's my paranoia, my paranoia, schizophrenia paranoia. I'm so paranoid, dog. But paranoia kept me alive, and paranoia probably fucking got me to, you know what, I think that's what it might be. My paranoia probably makes other people think that I'm doing something wrong and shit. And it makes them trip out, like, man, you know what, you're being paranoid as fuck, what'd you do? Because that's what I do when someone is paranoid around me. I'm like, what the fuck's your problem, what'd you do? I was like, get away from me. I'm like, oh man, you know what? In this fucking moment, this second right now, during this interview, I just figured out why the fuck some of these people hate me. Because I be paranoid as fuck.
From the crystal meth.
Because of crystal meth, but I've been stabbed, jumped because I broke my jaw. I've been shot 6 times. I've been raped. I grew up in a very abusive childhood. I had nobody teach me shit. At the age of 16, I trusted everybody and got ripped off by everybody. How
many days have you been without sleep?
Today? 3 days I haven't slept. It's been raining for 3 days straight. I tried to get into the midnight mission. They kept telling me to come back the next day. Today I was supposed to go to the LA to the Grant, the Grant Hotel, right? It's a 5-star hotel that they're helping out the homeless with.
LA Grant.
I showed up. First thing I get there, some guy that's staying there says, "Oh, this fool's loud as fuck. He's gonna cause us problems." I'm like, I was like, who are you and shit? I was like, who are you? And I was like, I started crying and shit because I was already having a bad day. I was like, fuck this shit. So instead of staying at the Grant right now in a king size bed, my own room, my own shower, I walked away because of my pride being, you know what, fuck this guy right now. He's already talking shit about me. I'm not gonna deal with it. I'm gonna walk away from it. But that's what I do here too. Is like when I walk around, someone talks shit, I'll go to the next spot. Someone talks shit, then I'll go to the next spot. Someone talks shit, then I go to the next spot. It's interesting. I might have some dealing issues with coping with negative words from people. I wish I was more of a man, more of a collective man that could be like, I understand, you know? I understand. Sometimes I get it, sometimes I don't. But
George, what would you say is the most important lesson you've learned in your life?
the most important lesson that I've learned, right? After dying from the suicide and then from getting shot, bro, you need to, if you want to even try to do this, you need to love yourself. Whether if you want to be a trans, right on for you, brother. If you want to be a trans, that's cool as fuck. Because I got friends that are trans. And that's dope. You know what? You're cool as fuck. You're being you. You want to be happy. That's what makes you feel sexy or empowering. Do so. If you're a female and you want to dress up, be all pretty and like have a little skimpy ass shorts, do so. If you want to feel sexy and feel good, do so. Me, if I want to work out and have a decent size like chest and tight, like good kind of dressed up for the day, even though I'm broke and homeless on the street, I will do so. Be happy with you. If you're gay, hey, say you're gay. Cool. Or actually, you don't have to do that. You don't have to tell people, hey, I'm gay. Just be happy. I don't walk around telling people I'm bi. I am who I am. If I want to have fucking pink nails, I will. If I want to wear a fucking like camouflage suit, I will. If I want to wear Dickies, I will. Other days I got hurdy, little small, like little shorts and shit, and I have like a decent like little haircut and shit. Cause I do it for me, not for nobody else no more. I don't do it for no bitch. No, I don't do it for no. I don't do it for no scene, no crowd. I do it because George deserves to be a little bit happy. I might not be rich, but goddamn, I feel good when I get dressed up and I'm high as fuck. I feel cocky and sexy and fucking handsome at the same time. My full day is wake up, get drugs, get cleaned up, go get laid. Other people want to get up, get mad, deal with what's going on up and down the block with some of those people's bullshit. Fuck that. When you tell me, hey, I don't like this about this, I don't like about this, and I'll be like, I'll cut them off real quick. Hey, you thought about getting laid? So sometimes they get mad, and sometimes they're like, you're right, and I probably, yeah, and they'll get all confused. They went from mad to like, I need some pussy. Yeah, brother, like, we all need a pussy. Every day you wake up, think about, hey, let's try to get cleaned up and get some pussy. We're not gonna get it all the time, but it's better than getting up and trying to like control the whole city, control the whole block, control your friends and shit. Like, bro, control your happy orgies down there, your fucking goddamn dick, and get your satisfaction in that level. That shit is, because there's nothing better than sex and drugs. Fuck being high and fucking trying to rule.
All right, George, let's finish this out on that.
Yes, sir.
That's a great way to finish it. Thank you very much, man.
Yeah.